Hey YouTubers, Raven here.
Starfire.
Tonight we will be talking about The Flash, Season 2, Episode 12. Is that 12 for you? I know that looks like Roman numerals, but it's not.
12. Whatever.
It looks weird.
You know what we're talking about.
Yes.
10, 11, 12.
Yes. 10 plus 2. So...
Yeah, Season 2, Episode 12, Fast Lane.
Sure.
That's what it's called.
Let's see. What did you like about this episode?
I liked seeing more of the dynamic with Iris and Joe and Wally and, you know, her talking to Joe and trying to get him to, you know, realize that he might be scared about being a dad, but that he needs to be a father to him, even though he is scared of him being rejected.
Yeah.
And I like how Iris is just kind of taking on that sisterly role too, even though she hasn't known him like her whole life.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I liked the stuff with Tar Pit. I thought that was an interesting story of how that happened, and everything with Wells. You know, the fact that Barry's actually like gonna help him or wants Team Flash to help him, and you know that he might still not be a good person to trust, but because he's trying to get his daughter back and Barry wants to defeat Zoom, he is willing to help him.
Yeah.
So
I think it shows emotional growth.
Yeah.
Because, like, that he can see past what the Wells of the past did to him and see how much this Wells is hurting.
Yeah.
Because he was right, you know, like, the whole, well, Cisco turned on us and we didn't even bat an eye. Like, what would you do if it was Iris? You know, like, what if Ronnie was back and, like, he was captured? Like,
yeah. I mean,
what would we do?
I don't like the fact that Wells taking some of Barry's speed made it so that he wasn't fast enough to save Iris. But I'm kind of glad that they're helping him, and they're going to go to Earth 2 next week, which is awesome and exciting.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
What I'm looking forward to, I know this is kind of getting nerdy, but what I'm looking forward to most about next episode, about traveling to the other Earth, is it's the police station. That gold mural is different. And
everything's different on Earth,
I mean,
too.
like, because the murals are, like, representative of the type of heroes that they have.
Yeah.
Like, Golden Age versus
Silver Age.
Golden Age. I think that's what Earth 2 was the Golden Age. And then you have, the Bronze. I think. Bronze is the more current one, right? Whichever one is the more current one.
I don't know.
I am blanking. I am tired as crap. So.
I haven't read the comic books, so I have no idea.
No, like, they're not actually named that. It's just the era in which, like, the good era, the...
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know what order they're in. I don't know how far back they go. Like,
yeah.
I don't know.
But, like, the mural in Earth 1 is more modern. The more modern heroes. So, I'm thinking that's the Bronze?
Probably. Because
it does go gold, silver, bronze, right? For the era, for the ages.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, usually if you're like doing it as in a place type of thing,
like a metal,
it's third, second, first.
Yeah.
But in the case of this, it's probably gold, silver, bronze. I don't know. For those of you people that know, that are comic book nerds and nerds of superhero stuff, please tell us, because I don't know.
I mean, you don't have to be nerds of superhero stuff. That's just like, that's history.
Well, people...
The Golden Age.
People that know.
bronze and the silver and the stuff. And
Yeah. But that's just history for superheroes, though,
No.
isn't it? It's that
it's
in
human
general?
history.
Okay.
Like, when the metals were, like, you have the Bronze Age because that's when they were making bronze weapons
Okay.
and stuff. And it's historical.
All right. Well, considering that I like
And
history,
mythological.
I probably should have known that.
And
But I didn't.
hero-based.
So,
Well, I guess that's a little tiny history lesson for us all.
yeah.
Except for I can't remember the damn term. Like I said, I'm tired as hell, so that probably plays a big role in that. So anyways, but like the murals represent the era in which the version of heroes that there are.
Yeah.
So like because Jay Garrick is like the Flash, like he's the first like speedster.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's part of the golden age.
Yeah.
Like the origin. And then when you look at the mural, like it looks like the old fashiony type.
Well, you're probably
and-
right about the order then, because if that's supposed to be the golden era and he's supposed to be the very first Flash, then it would make sense.
Yeah. So oh, it's just and it kind of looks old timey the way like that version of Barry dresses.
Yeah, I like that version of Barry.
I'm like, oh, that's so dorkily cute.
Grant Gustin's just cute in general.
He is, and his voice when he sings.
Yes, he has a good singing.
Okay,
For those
so
of you who have not heard it, watch Glee. You'll hear it. Or any other video on YouTube of him singing.
except for he's generally a dick on Glee.
Yeah, but he did sing some good songs.
Yes.
Smooth Criminal
That's my favorite.
with Naya Rivera is freaking amazing.
Mhm.
And epic.
Yes.
Watch it if you haven't.
But anyways, we are getting off track. I liked that, I'm pretty sure Wally will hesitate about racing again.
Well, yeah,
Um,
his freaking sister got stabbed with a shard of glass.
From his car.
From his car.
Yeah.
Of course he's gonna be a little skeptical.
Yeah, so I'm thinking this might affect him, like, it'll affect him racing, like, he might stop. And I like this episode for that. 'Cause,
Yeah.
like, I mean, you don't need a hero
I mean,
out there
there's a
breaking
reason why
laws.
it's called Fast Lane.
Mm-hmm.
Because it deals with life in the fast lane and racing cars.
Yeah.
I did like Iris's outfit, though, when she came out.
Yeah,
first time.
when I saw the legs, I was like, don't tell me that's Sam, that's Iris. Like, I was
I wonder
like,
if she was
"What?"
cold wearing those shorts. Because it is winter, and in Vancouver it freaking gets really cold.
She's probably used to it.
Not if she's from LA, she's not used to it.
So I just I like the episode for that because like I said, he's Wally West.
Yeah.
He's gonna be a Flash he's gonna be a version of the Flash.
And I
sooner or
like that they
later.
kind of hinted to that when he said that he really liked racing and liked speed and going fast.
Yeah.
Because they hinted to that happening in the future with his character because he is a version of the Flash.
Yeah. Like, that he wanted to be an astronaut not because he'd get to go to space or the sciencey crap, but because that's the fastest that a human could travel. And then he's like, after that I wanted to be a pilot flying the F-whatevers.
F-14?
Yeah. Because they travel at Mach 5,
Mach 6, I think. I don't know.
I'm
Mach
not sure.
4.
I'm not sure what Mach they're up to now.
Yeah. Well, whatever the most recent, like, F
Mm-hmm.
planes are. I just know F-14s from JAG, but that's an older show, so they're probably updated now.
Yeah, but like how fast they can go, I
Well,
don't know anymore.
I think they could go like Mach 4 or 5. I'm not positive.
Yeah, I
but
know you can
think
go
they
Mach
could.
5, but I'm not sure if a human can withstand Mach 6 or above.
Yeah.
I know there's special things that you have to do in order to survive
Well, I know that
Mach 5.
I know that, of course, they're always coming out with new models of those types of planes, and I'm sure that they can go faster each time. So I'm not really sure what they're up to either.
Yeah. So, like, he just loves speed and anything that would get him to go faster. So I can, like, I love how they're setting up that side of him, and I'm glad that they're getting his rebellious stage out of the way. They're like, yeah, Wally is a criminal,
I mean,
but
is
he
he-
won't be when he becomes the Flash.
Is he younger than Iris?
Yeah.
By how much?
Well, Iris was about, 4 or 5 when the last time her mom got out of the institution or rehab clinic, and that's when she ran off, and that's when she was pregnant. So Wally is about 6 years younger.
So he's like 20, 21.
Mhm.
Probably like, he's probably more like 20.
Yeah.
Because if Iris is supposed to be 26, he'd be 20.
Mhm.
Because, I mean, when it started in season 1, she was 25, so she's probably 26 now.
Yeah.
I mean, Sid Barry was 26.
Well,
so.
it did say it's 2 years earlier when it showed the creation of Tar Pit.
Yeah.
So it's been 2 years since the explosion.
Yeah.
So it's been 2 years since they've stated that Barry was 25.
Yeah, well, I think they're going with the years that Grant Gustin is, because he just turned 26 in January. So, because Wells said he was 26.
So, yeah, so Wally's probably about 20, 21. If not 21, almost 21, I would think. So
he's still kind of
getting used to the adult role.
Yeah, depending on how close he is to being 21, like, he's still kind of in that teenage stage.
Yeah.
He's still doing the rebellious things that teenagers do.
And, well, the brain doesn't fully finish developing until 25.
Yeah.
So, like, he's still gonna make, like, I mean, everyone, no matter how old they are, makes bad decisions. But he's still in the stage of life where he usually probably doesn't think things through because his brain isn't fully developed.
Yeah.
I mean, there are some exceptions, like really, really, really smart as hell freaking people. But, I mean, they still make childish mistakes because the brain isn't fully developed.
Yeah.
So, there's that. But, like, I did like how Joe attacked,
Yeah,
Harrison.
I liked that too. I was kind of happy he did that.
Yeah.
I
like,
think
oh,
we all
whoa.
wanted him to do that because Wells is a untrustworthy
Well, no, like,
person.
He's not untrustworthy. Like, he flat out turned and looked Barry in the eyes and said, I will betray you.
I know that he told him
And-
what he was doing this time, but he's still not a very honest person.
No, like, okay, would you call Cisco an unhonest person because he sided with Captain Cold and Heatwave because
No.
of his brother? Then it's the same thing, exactly
I
the
used
same
the wrong
thing.
word. He just, I don't know. I know that what he's doing, he's trying to do it for the right reasons. Because he's trying to save his daughter. And, I'm glad that he came out and said what he was doing to Barry.
Yeah.
Because if he hadn't, then it would have been different.
Mm-hmm.
But because he did that, it actually shows that he's, a better person.
And you could see the guilt eating away at him throughout the episode, which I thought was really good. Like, when he blew up a Barry, you could just see how much it was bothering him what he had to do to him.
Yeah. I mean,
And-
I think that this Wells is actually,
More human.
yeah, he's more human. He actually cares.
Mm-hmm.
and he doesn't want to be doing what he's doing, but like he said, his family comes first, and he's going to do anything he possibly can to save his daughter.
Yeah.
And if that means taking Barry's speed, then he's going to do that.
Yeah, but he won't take all of it because, like...
Yeah, well, if that means taking some of Barry's speed, so be it.
Yeah.
He'll do that.
Like, he knows how important Barry is to this planet, to this version of the planet, and he doesn't want to take their hero away.
Yeah.
Like, in the beginning, he just seemed like a giant douchebag that should just die, because that's how he acted on his Earth. Like, especially to Jay Garrick.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, now that, like, we've got to know him, he's not really that bad. We're just putting this stigma on him because he looks like the guy from the last season. Although that wasn't even the real Harrison Wells to begin with. The real Harrison Wells seemed to be a really sweet, gentle, kind guy.
Yeah.
It was a guy from the future who morphed into Harrison Wells. So, like, we're putting the stigma on this character that shouldn't even be there because it wasn't even him or even our version of him last season. Although that's what the writers and the show want you to do, is put the stigma onto this character, because that's kind of what the characters were doing at first. But, like, that's what we shouldn't really do, because we're second guessing everything he's doing because of what happened last season, even though he's not going to make the same mistakes that happened last season.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, he stole Barry's speed once, but he's not in it to kill Barry. He just wants to save someone, which is what Barry wants to do.
Yeah.
So
He wants to stop Zoom,
mhm.
and Wells wants to save his daughter.
And stop Zoom.
And stop Zoom.
So they're both fighting for the same thing. It's just one went about it not the best way, but he repented, he made up for it, and now he will be making amends to the team for the rest of the season.
Yeah.
But, like, we shouldn't second guess what we see on screen with him, especially now that, like, his betrayal is over with. So, I mean, he's just a guy, and if you think about it, we should put the stigma of the original Wells on him and not the stigma of Eobard Thawne.
Yeah.
Because he's nothing like Eobard Thawne, he's everything like the original Wells. Because they're one and the same, they're just from a different Earth.
Yeah. And we didn't actually get to know the original Wells from before in season 1 because he was taken over by Eobard.
He was killed, yeah.
And he was killed, and Eobard used his face. So
a face-off machine, almost.
so this Wells is the
Props.
true Wells that we're seeing.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Props to anyone who recognized that quote I just used, the face-off machine. If you know what it is from, put it down in the comments which movie it's from.
Which movie it's from?
Yeah. I knew you have a face-off machine and you've been hiding it from me! Yeah.
I have no idea.
Yeah. There's a big rant about having a face-off machine.
That's nice.
Yeah. So, you get props from me and a call out.
I'm
You
sure
can put
there's
it down in the comments.
People that know.
Oh, I'm sure. So, what, do you have any negatives about the show that we haven't gone over yet?
The only negative I really have is that some other people had too, was that, like, okay, well, I have a few. The fact that Francine died off screen, and the fact that after Barry saved Iris from the Shard, we didn't see a scene with them, like with him coming to the hospital to visit her or anything.
Yeah.
I wanted to see an extra West Allen scene in there, and we didn't get that.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm kind of disappointed by that.
Yeah.
But other than that, I liked the episode a lot. So those are the only two negative things I have to say about it.
Well, I think Tar Pit is a ridiculous name.
Well, not really, because he did fall in a tar pit.
Well, yeah, but that's, like, way too on the nose. I mean, like, Like,
Well, what would be a more creative name?
I mean,
that she
I
would
know
come
that
up
they
with?
I know that they use like on the nose things, but like
what would be a more creative name that you would come up with then?
I mean, you could call him Tar, but Tar Pit. It's just like, oh yeah, let's name you exactly from what you were made from. Like, you don't even do that with the Flash. You don't call him Lightning Bolt.
Well, he has a lightning bolt on his uniform.
Yeah, but like that's not his name. I mean, Tar Pit has tar all over him.
Yeah, but I mean, Flash goes along with lightning because it's a flash of lightning.
Yeah.
So, what would be the creative thing that you would come up with for Tar?
I don't know. You could go with Tar. You could go with
Black Lava?
You could call him Lava Boy.
Black Lava.
You could call him Black Lava. Like, that would go. I mean, his hand lit up like lava.
That's what I'm going with.
So,
is Black Lava.
I mean, it's better than Tar Pit. That sounds like Armpit from the movie Holes, and I hate Holes. Sorry to all
I've
of
never
you who
seen
like
Holes,
it.
so I don't
There's
care.
a character, a chubby guy who doesn't shower, and they call him Armpit because he smells like, yeah,
like B.O.
worse probably, because he's been out in the sun every day digging holes all day.
Okay.
So, yeah,
Yeah. Well, Black Lava's the name I'm going with.
it's a much better name. I also, I found it lacking in the, I mean, I don't expect a West Allen thing every episode.
Well, I don't either, but it's been a while.
Like, that's not why it bothered me. Like, okay,
and maybe it
Barry
hasn't been
and
a while.
Iris are, like, they're close. They're friends. They've lived together for, like, ever. Like,
And now the fact that he's
He
single
needs-
again.
like, that's not even part of it. Like, as a family member, you should freaking be there.
Yeah, he needs to be included in that.
Like, he wasn't even doing anything. He was standing around the damn office.
Yeah, he like freaking looked in the West House. Like, he didn't even go in there. He should be included in that because he was part of that family for so long.
Yeah, but, like, Wally is not okay with it right now. Like, I think he will be eventually. He just has to get used to the fact that they got a white boy in the family. Like,
Yeah.
he... Like,
Well,
'cause
obviously
Barry's
him and
not-
Barry will be friends because
Yeah.
he's freaking Wally West.
Yeah, but, like, Barry's not family to him, and so right now he has to worry about getting to know his family.
I think that Barry's
So.
giving them space
Yeah.
because of what you just said.
Mm-hmm. Because Barry's
He
not
wants
blood.
to be there. He wants to be in there and be included in all of that, but he can't right now because they need to get Wally to want to be a part of their family before Barry can be included in that again.
Mm-hmm. Well, he's included in the family, just not when Wally's around.
Yeah, included in that dynamic,
Mm-hmm.
including Wally.
Yeah. So,
So yeah.
yeah. My other one is that, like, this episode just felt like, I don't know, it's just, like, lacking something for me.
I mean,
So,
I don't expect there to be a Barry Iris scene every episode either. I
Yeah.
mean, look at Smallville. Lois and Clark didn't have a lot of scenes together in the beginning.
mhm.
They started having more scenes together in like the last 2 seasons.
7 and 8.
Like last 3 or 4 seasons.
Hmm.
But definitely 8 through 10 because she started being on there a lot more in season 8. I'm on season 9 now, by the way. But once they start getting closer, they have more scenes together.
Yeah.
And so I think that the same thing will happen with Barry and Iris. I think that they're still best friends. They always will be best friends. But I think once they start kind of, getting closer again and it becomes more than friendship,
Yeah.
then they'll start having more scenes.
Yeah.
When they start leading it in that direction, there's going to be more stuff with them.
Yeah. But, like, this not really, like, I totally agree with that, and, like, that was that goes with the negative that I had there. But like, as a whole, the episode felt empty to me.
Yeah, I mean,
Like,
it was good, but there were parts of it that could have been better.
yeah, like, I don't know what it is about this episode. It just like felt slow and
It was kind of slow.
like, I don't know. I mean, not just because Barry was slow this episode, but just like the pacing of it just seemed off, and like
Yeah.
there wasn't much excitement in it, so it kind of felt empty to me. Like, I wasn't like getting all this information, like hardly anything happened this episode.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even the villain wasn't even played much in this
Yeah.
episode. Like, Tar Pit barely showed up.
I guess in a way you could say it's kind of a filler.
Yeah.
Because it drove the plot,
Mm-hmm.
but the only thing that was really continuing was the fact that they were trying to integrate Wally into the family.
And that, Harrison stole Barry's speed. Like,
Yes.
that's it.
Those are the only two things that have really continued
Mhm.
into this episode. Everything else was just kind of there.
Yeah. Like, I feel like it's becoming more of the West show.
Well, right now it is.
Which, I mean, I don't really have a problem with because,
I mean,
but...
people were happy this episode that Iris got a lot of screen time.
I'm really glad about that. Like, I like the actress. But, like,
So I think that,
I think the guy
People
playing
like
Wally needs a little bit more practice.
yeah. He was actually in something I saw recently. What was it? Oh, he was in this new movie that came out on Friday called The Finest Hours.
Oh, yeah, that show. That movie.
Yeah, he
Loosely based on real events.
he was part of the crew that was on
The ship.
the ship that got ruined.
Mm-hmm.
Because I kept looking at him and I'm like, that's the same guy that plays Wally.
Nice.
So yeah. If you haven't seen it yet, go see it. It's a really great movie. Really inspiring and just, yeah, it's good. That and The Revenant are both really good movies.
Yeah,
but
my brother saw that.
The Revenant is very graphic, so be prepared.
There's that epic scene that you saw in the previews. You know?
Which scene?
Let's fight a bear.
Oh yeah, that scene.
I have not seen the movie yet.
It's 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
So, if you can sit there that long,
Yeah.
kudos to you.
So, yeah, like, it's just, I don't know, like, this episode felt out of place for me.
Yeah. Well, I think because
so-
next week they're going to Earth 2, we're going to see a lot more stuff again.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope they spend more than one episode on Earth too.
Yeah.
Like,
They
this
probably
episode will
will.
be like them looking for whatever.
I don't think that they built
So-
up Killer Frost the way they did for it to only be one episode.
I mean,
of Earth
I know
2.
that they'll go back again,
Oh, yeah.
but I want, like, this first trip to be, like, more than one episode.
There's going to be multiple timelines and Earths and all this stuff. We're going to see it. We're going to see it a lot.
Yeah.
They will go back to it.
Yeah, I mean, like, everyone's asking the movie people, like, are you ever going to cross over like Marvel does, you know? And they're like, no, our TV and movies are totally separate.
Well, that's good though.
But there's this caveat in there about alternate universes.
Well, okay.
And like,
You cannot have a sci-fi or time travel TV show without there being alternate universes.
and the movie universe is technically an alternate universe.
So,
Because the movie version of The Flash will be Barry Allen.
yeah, but I still don't think that they should cross over movies and TV shows.
No, but like, when the movie people are confronted with that question, like, they just go, well, we don't have any plans for it, but obviously it's a possibility.
Yeah.
Like, if they wanted to reboot everything,
I mean, okay,
they'd be able to do that.
that's why they have Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. for the TV show and they have the Avengers for the movies.
Yeah.
That's why they have, Gotham for the show and they have, like, Batman versus Superman for the movie or whatever you want to, I don't know,
Mm-hmm.
whatever you want to link it to.
Yeah.
But
like when the timelines get all convoluted and the viewers can't really keep up with everything anymore,
Mhm.
like when they want to reboot everything, that's what you do. You have this crisis. Like in the comics, it's called Crisis on Infinite Earths, and that's when all the timelines like mesh and everything gets like blah, and there's like this war and like fighting everywhere, and then everything resets itself. So like a bunch of theory crafting is going on that like eventually you'll have the TV show and the movie crossover for A Crisis on Infinite Earths because it is technically an alternate universe.
yeah.
Who knows?
I just think that that'll be too much if they were to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's better to leave them separate.
Yeah, I don't want them to have like impact like Marvel does.
I
So-
mean, it would be cool if they did it, but I wouldn't want it to be consistently. I think that it would just be cool to have like a crossover one time or something.
Yeah,
But if you're gonna like
They
cross
wouldn't-
over regularly, it can cause a lot of
they
chaos.
wouldn't do that.
And it's already confusing enough with all the timelines anyway, that if they did that and added those things in there, it would be like completely hard to understand everything.
Yeah, no, I think what would happen would be like they would build up something on the Flash, Arrow, and Legends, and maybe even Supergirl. Like they'd start building up this like ultimate evil where everyone needs to come together and like something's gonna go down. The worlds are collapsing in on themselves. Like new portals are opening that
Yeah.
are to Earths like all over the place, and like the fabric between the realities are getting thinner and like it's easier to cross over and you have no control over it. Like when that crap starts happening, like when crap hits the fan, like they'll be building that on the show, and then in the movies they'll be building something kind of similar, and then they just both go their separate ways again, because once it resets, the TV series would go back to having no concept of the alternate universes.
Yeah.
So it's a possibility.
It is.
So I just wanted to bring that up for you guys. But yeah, I wouldn't want it to be like one has side effects on the other, like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and Avengers. Like I don't
Yeah.
like that. How like.
And I don't even
because you tie the show's hands.
watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah.
I watched like the first 2 episodes and I didn't like it.
Yeah, because everything that happens in the show is dictated by what happens in the movies.
Yeah.
So it ties the hands of the show writers.
I don't want that
and
to
everything.
happen with like the Flash.
Yeah.
Because the Flash needs to be its own separate TV show.
Mhm.
And its own separate movie.
Exactly. So that's my thoughts on everything. What about you?
Pretty much same thing. Pretty much
Okay.
it. Yeah.
So I guess that's it until next time. So keep believing in the impossible.